Okay, students, I'm going to give you some verbal instructions for the 20 time assignment that you need to do with this sub while the rest of us are on retreat. So the assignment is on Schoology. And basically what you want to do is first read the last two sections of chapter 7. It's on the first of the first 3 of the 10 commandments. And once you've read that, take your reading quiz on those pages. And then you're going to do what's called 20 time, or sometimes it's called Genius Hour. It started at Google. Google gave their employees the opportunity to use 20% of their workday doing whatever project they wanted. And that's how Google has actually motivated their engineers to come up with a lot of the products we love, like YouTube, things like that. They invented it on their own time while at work. So educators caught on to this idea, and we've been using it to try to foster independent inquiry-based learning. And so the idea would be to give your students 20% of their time to work on learning about whatever they want to learn about. We're not going to go that far with it. What you guys are going to do is you're going to have 20 minutes to research a topic that has to do with one of the first of the 3 Commandments. And you can research whatever you want to learn about them. So if you're not interested in religion, but you're really interested in music, maybe research a song that you feel relates to one of the commandments. If you're interested in fashion, maybe find out why one of the commandment to honor God and to respect the Sabbath, why maybe learn about, well, why did women used to have to wear veils to come to Mass, or maybe research, I don't know if you guys know this, but when a priest prepares for the liturgy, there are prayers he says with all of his vestments before he puts them on. So you could research something about the priest's vestments. If you're interested in politics, religious freedom comes up in this chapter, so you could research religious freedom or the separation of church and state. Whatever it is, it has to relate back to one of the first 3 commandments. So to drive your research, you need to come up with an essential question. Essential questions are broad. They apply your knowledge to real life. They can further explore the subject matter. And the most important thing is they have more than one answer, and that's how they promote independent inquiry. So it says, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but here's where it talks about the characteristics of an essential question. So once you kind of have an idea of what you want to research, frame an essential question that will drive what you're going to look at. So for example, define the first commandment. That's not an essential question because it only has one answer. It also doesn't take you apply the knowledge to real life. It's sort of lower order thinking. Part of using this method is to get you to do higher order thinking. So for example, an essential question might be, what is a popular song today that exemplifies the teachings of the first commandment? So any one of us would pick maybe a different song. We might answer it differently. It's relating the teachings of the church to your real life, to popular music. So that would be a good driving question, a good essential question. So come up with your essential question, and then your job is you're going to spend 20 minutes. If you look here, 20 minutes researching your question. And so set your timer on your computer or your iPad, and you're not going to use any more than that 20 minutes. And some students get frustrated with this because sometimes they find the questions they're asking can't be answered in that short amount of time. That's okay. That's part of the process of doing this. It helps to get you guys used to the idea that not everything is Googleable, and you can't just find an answer like that all the time. That's another characteristic of an essential question. You shouldn't be able to Google it and find an answer on one website right away. Your question isn't broad enough if it's not taking you to that higher order thinking, comparing a lot of sources and sort of sifting through them and curating them. So spend 20 minutes. Once your 20 minutes is up, stop wherever you are. That also means you got to be on task though, or you won't finish. Use good quality academic sources. Be careful of polemics and bias on the internet. And make sure you cite at least one source, an LMI citation. So the name of the website, the author if you could find it, of where you were researching. So you need at least one of those. And then after you finish your 20 minutes, you're going to put together a presentation that you're going to present to your family of your research. So a presentation means you either make a quick little video, you make a keynote, but no like Word documents. You need to actually present with pictures and words and mainly verbally what your question was and what answers you found or didn't find based on your research. So spend about 20 minutes putting that together, and then with what time remains, you in your families, whoever is there that day, you're going to present what you learned to the students in your family or the students who are present in class that day. And then as a group, you're going to pick the presentation you found the most interesting or you liked the best or you learned the most from, and those will be presented to the class. So once we all return from the retreat, all the students will do this assignment in class, and then each family will pick one to present to the class, but make sure everyone needs to turn in their individual assignment to Schoology. You upload your keynote or your video or whatever, because I will grade all of them. So I hope this is helpful. Again, this is sort of a different way of learning, and you might not be super comfortable with it, but it's the whole purpose is to try to get you guys to do higher order thinking and to take ownership of your own learning. And it also makes it fun. You get to drive the learning yourself rather than me always picking the topics. So I will see you after the retreat on Wednesday and Thursday. Thanks.